Hi y'all, this is Susan Godfrey from SusanGodfrey.com, and today I'm going to show you, I guess I gotta arrange my camera here, how to make a do-it-yourself Doctor Who scrapbooking paper for Doctor Who, for Whovians. My family and I, we're all big geeks. In fact, my boys are just so, they love Doctor Who, we all do, and at Christmas time, Star Wars is coming out, and so we're going to be taking the boys to the midnight movie to see Star Wars on the opening night. And I knew that I'd be taking pictures, and I knew that I would want to scrapbook it. So we started looking for scrapbooking paper that was kind of spacey. This is what we found. This is called the Stardust Stack from Die Cuts with a View. And I found this at Joann's, and it's alright. It has some nice papers in it. Trying to see where you can see them, but it's not quite what we wanted. It'll work for our Star Wars ones, I think, though. But it started me thinking, we do a lot of stuff about Doctor Who in our family. We have Doctor Who marathons. I think we've seen Doctor Who, the entire new series. We've probably watched it 3 times. And so I've taken pictures of my kids. My youngest son had, dressed up like an Ood. Yes, I am from Killeen, Texas. And my youngest one likes to dress up like an Ood, and he'll dress up like the Doctor and different things like that. So I decided I'm going to try my hand at making a Doctor Who themed background paper that you can use in Doctor Who layouts. And this is what I came up with. Let me show you how it looks. Now this, I have it clipped to this to keep it flat. And this is the way that it's going to be. Hello from Walmart over by Hastings. I know exactly where you're at in Killeen. So this is the way that the finished product is going to look. Now everyone's going to vary a little bit because of the way you spray and different things like that. So to make this, it is really, really easy. You need a piece of 12 by 12 white cardstock. I'm going to angle the camera here for a minute. Let me get it where you can see what I'm doing and not me, because you really want to see how to do this, not really necessarily me. Okay, so for this project, you're going to want some spray inks, and these are from Dilutions, and the colors that I'm using is London Blue. This one's called Vibrant Turquoise, and then this one is called Crushed Grape. So it's a blue, a turquoise, and a purple color. Now I'm going to move the rest of this stuff out of the way because we're going to come to this stuff in a minute. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to want to spray your cardstock. You want to cover whatever surface you're using because this will make a mess and this will stain. So I put a trash bag over the top of my dining room table. You can do this outside, however you want to do it. So you're just going to take it and you're just going to spray the ink onto the paper. Now the edges of the paper are going to start curling up, so make sure you get some of the ink on the edges of the paper so you don't have any bald spots. So I've sprayed the blue on there. There's not really any order to do. Of course, Doctor Who, the big color is kind of TARDIS blue, and this blue kind of looks a little bit like that. So we're going to spray a little bit of the turquoise on there, and then of course a little bit of the purple. And you can layer it on however much you want. You can add more blue if you want to, or more purple, and just get it however you want it to look. Now it looks like a big mess. To make it easier, we take a roll of paper towels. As you can see, I've already been making some of these. And you're just going to put them down on here and roll it on. And that takes up some of the excess of the ink. And so you have now this nice paper. Let me lift it up so you can see it a little bit better. That looks something like this. Now, to give it more dimension, more different textures, we're going to do another little step. We're going to take just a paintbrush and clear water, and we're just going to sprinkle the water over the paper where you just painted. Just like so. Every one of these is going to look a little bit different because you can't control the water splatter and you can't control necessarily the paint spray. But they will be close enough that you could do 2-page spreads without any problem and they would look fine. So we put the water on there like that, and I think that there's a little bit of areas right here around the edges where it needs a little bit more of the blue or some kind of ink. So I'm going to go on and spray those, and then spray just a little bit across the middle. And as you can see, the water is lifting up the paint, and it's going to give it a really neat texture. So again, we're going to just go over this with the paper towels, just like that. And as you can see now, I'll hold it up where you can see it, it has a really neat texture to it. Now you're going to want to let this dry before you do the next step. And you're going to want to, because it does have a habit of curling up because it's wet, you're going to want to put something on top of it that's going to hold it down and make it flat for you. So you'll do that. And I have one already completed. There it is. So this is one that's already dry, and I had it underneath something, and you can see it already still curls up a little bit too. So you'll have to be a little careful with that. And so it might be a good idea, if you're using this as a background paper, is to mount it on a solid piece of cardstock so it lays down flat. All right, so now we're going to get it where it's all timey-wimey. Don't you love timey-wimey? That's Dr. Who, right? All right, we have this cute template. As you can see, I've already been using it. And it is from the Crafter's Workshop. I bought it on Amazon.com, and as you can see, it just kind of clocks. And so we're just going to put that over the top of your paper here. And then I have this little spouncer. It's a 1 1/4 inch, and we're going to use gesso. And it's just plain white gesso, and we're going to pounce over the top of this and get this design onto the layout or the paper. Use as much paint and gesso as you need to get it all filled in. Now some of the gesso is going to kind of fade a little bit, and that's fine, and that's going to make it where it's got a really interesting texture. And I like adding all these different layers to projects like this because it does give it so many different dimensions. So you're going to go on, and as I say, you're just going to pounce this all in. This takes a little bit of time. So we are going to do that. I may need to get some more gesso in there. If you need to move your fingers, move your fingers. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to get it on there really nice. Get it on there. I'm going to need to put a little bit more gesso in there. You just get a little squirt of the gesso in your little container over here. And I'm just going to continue pouncing this on to the paper. And I'll show you what it looks like here in just a minute. Almost done. So this is it's a little bit time consuming. It's more time consuming than going and getting just a piece of paper that's already printed and doing it. But I like doing these personalized backgrounds because they're personalized. They take more time, and I find it really fun. I like to art journal, and so this is in a way kind of using my art journaling skills in my scrapbooking. And actually, when I developed this process, I actually used it for a art journal layout that I did about Doctor Who. And when we were looking for something Doctor Who themed or similar enough to Doctor Who that we could use, I remembered I had this in here, and I decided to give it a try on a whole 12 by 12 piece of paper. Alright, so I have gone on there and I have put the gesso on using the template. And as you see, it's kind of got the thing I like about the gesso is it gives it a little bit of a raised texture. So we've got the time on there. Now to make it really special, we're going to add just a little bit of glitter. Now you don't want to overdo it with the glitter because it's not a glitter page necessarily. You just want to add some special touches. And so this is just cheap, really fine glitter that I got at Walmart. And this is kind of a white color. And I'm just kind of sprinkling it over the page. Then I also have a silver, and I'm going to sprinkle a little of it. Just kind of randomly add some of the glitter. We're going to shake the glitter off later. After the gesso dries, you'll wait. And then I have a little bit of a blue that I'm going to put on there as well. So you're going to want to let this dry for a little while. What I do, as I showed here, I have one that's here that's drying. I actually just clipped it with paper clips to kind of get the corners to keep from rolling down, and wait for it to dry. And as you see, this is just a really, really simple technique, and you can make a really cute 12 by 12 paper that you can use in your scrapbooking. And you could cut it down, use it for cards. You could use it for just pretty much anything. Thank you for the heart, John. I appreciate that. So if you like this idea, if you like, not white, I don't have a lisp. If you like this idea, I'm going to actually be featuring several more Doctor Who themed crafts here in the next few weeks. I actually have some cards and things that we'll be using, maybe some of this paper that I've made up. And so if you like Doctor Who, you might want to check back and see what I have coming up. I will be doing a live broadcast, of course, here on Periscope. I'll also be making instructional video that will go up on YouTube. That will also be on my blog as well. You can find out everything that I've been doing on my blog. It's SusanGodfrey.com. You can follow me here on Periscope. Share me with your friends while I'm doing a broadcast if you think they'll like it. That would be great. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a lot of other things. I will be having a couple of giveaways, at least one giveaway this month. I'm trying to do giveaways monthly. You never know what it'll be. Sometimes it will be, scrapbooking related. Sometimes it might be related to something else. I will be having a Cricut giveaway for a cartridge. If you would like to try, if you have a Cricut and you would like to see about getting a free cartridge or winning one, that would be fun. So anyway, that's what I have today. I have my timey-wimey paper ready for my Doctor Who inspired layouts. Thank you for watching. Come back anytime. Talk to y'all later. Bye.